Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight, through the medium of the animated cartoon, we present a murder mystery condensed from authentic criminal records. It is my sincere purpose in exposing the brutal killer involved in this horrible case to prove to you beyond the shadow of a doubt that crime does not pay.
I like them square hamburgers.
The Morning Stream. This car smells weird. Hello, everyone, and welcome to this weird-smelling car known as TMS for Monday, July 7th, 2025.
Does it smell like beef?
A little bit like beef, a little bit like spent fireworks around here, you know? Mm-hmm. Plus, people are still gearing up for the 24th where we do it all over again.
All over again. More fireworks because, you know, that's what you have to do out there.
Yeah, and they were doing them on the 2nd and 3rd, and I think we talked about it here on the show one of those nights. I was just like, bam, 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 and I'm like, what the hell are we doing on the 2nd or 3rd? And then, then the real stuff happened on the 4th, and that was fine. Whatever.
Yeah, fine.
I'm sort of, I've sort of gotten used to the whole idea, and I don't really need more of it. It's, why freak the dogs out and piss off the babies? Why?
Right, exactly.
If we hate the Chinese so much, why are we using their traditional freaking...
And that's the thing, they're talking about that, enjoy your fireworks this year, folks, because next year they're going to be too expensive to get from China. So we're going to have to be producing them locally. And guess what? America is not good at producing fireworks to the scale that people want. So.
No. And ironically, China is mostly using drone shows now. They barely use fireworks anymore.
I know. Oh, my God. There was a dragon, a dragon video that I saw I would watch that 100 times.
Oh, yeah.
And not miss fireworks one bit.
I never
care
miss
about
them.
fireworks.
No, I don't at all.
Yeah.
Tell me I got to go sit in a hot crowd and park in a horrible place and wait all night for a thing to happen, and it's drones. I'll do that.
Yep, no problem. I'm all in. But, I mean,
big Rubik's Cube in the sky rotating up there like you could do.
See, that's super cool. Yeah. But 55 years of seeing...
Yeah, I know. It's old.
The innovations have not been impressive. I think we got one thing a few years ago where we can make stars now, but they're kind of two-dimensional. You have to be looking right at it to see it.
Yeah, I don't like any of it anymore. I'm kind of just bored with it.
We could do hearts. We could do pretty much all the Lucky Charms shapes if you're looking for one. Not the horseshoes.
No.
Too
complicated. Can't do that. I was at
Clovers, maybe.
I was at my sister's for the 4th, and we had a great time. There was a pool during the day, and at night they built these pickleball courts out in this area that used to be horse space.
Nice.
So they moved in immediately, got rid of all the horse stuff and put in that. And that was great because, Wendy's in town, everybody's there, and they're all playing pickleball and hanging out. And the fireworks all around the neighborhood are on fire. Just boom, boom, everywhere. Yeah. So loud. And for some reason, it puts me to sleep. So I just happen to be... We've been in the hot sun all day, so that probably helped.
That also helps, yeah.
I laid back on this little outside couch thing and zonked out for just about all of it. And my sister's like, how are you doing that? And I said, I don't know, man. Something about fireworks puts me to sleep. I think my parents, when I was a kid, were maybe I don't know. Maybe they cuddled me all up in a blanket or something and chilled me out.
Swaddled you during the fireworks display, and it's just as you're getting that memory is getting re-triggered by the
yeah. It's like driving. I fall asleep. I don't know what's going on there. But
they were neighbors were shooting that stuff all into the night. Thank you, neighbors.
Yeah.
But I can sleep right through all that stuff. I just wake up when it's silent at 4:00 in the morning. But, that's it.
When everyone's finally done, Brian's like, bing.
Yeah. Exactly.
Well, nothing like a couple of episodes of The Simpsons to help you out in the morning, though.
It's totally true. Actually, watched Resident Alien, which new episode dropped over the weekend. Love that.
Yeah, that show's great.
New Rick and Morty.
I'm behind. That Rick and Morty had Snyder and Gunn in it, playing themselves, right?
Playing great versions of themselves.
I love that.
They are so fine poking fun at themselves. And it was.
I love it because maybe some of you Snyderverse weirdos can watch that and calm down a little.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
They're all planning boycotts and all this shit. It's like, jeez, what is wrong with you people?
You feel bad every once in a while when there's like a new director taking over a franchise, right? Like when Disney got Spider-Man and they made just a great freaking Spider-Man movie. First, or even just his appearance in Civil War. Civil War.
Yeah.
You're like, I feel a little bad for Sam Raimi because it was because of him that we've got Spider-Man, in these movies, and sure, the Tom Holland stuff is so much better than it was in the Tobey Maguire or the Andrew Garfield days.
Sure.
But I feel bad for those directors, for Sam Raimi, and then whoever it was that was responsible for the Andrew Garfield films.
Was that the same guy? I don't even know. Those two movies, it might have been the same guy. May not have been.
Might have been the same guy. I don't know. But I feel like this week we're getting the new Superman movie. Got our tickets for Thursday night. You've got your meetup plan for over the weekend.
Yeah.
And James Gunn's track record, pretty stellar with the Guardians of the Galaxy stuff.
Yeah.
No worries whatsoever that it's going to be excellent. And I just, want to say, Donner, thank you for getting us where we are. Richard Donner.
Yep.
Snyder, thank you for getting us where we've gotten with this. I don't know who did the Brandon Routh.
That's what's his name? Usual Suspects guy.
Right, Nolan.
No, not Nolan.
Not Usual Suspects. Not Christopher Nolan.
He did X-Men. Why can't I think of his name?
Yes, Singer. Brian Singer.
Brian Singer. There you go.
Yes.
Yeah.
So thanks to all you guys for getting us where we are now. If this new Superman turns out to be fantastic and the best one ever, great.
Yeah, and if not, that's okay too. We're not. Yeah, it's all fine. I like some Snyder movies work for me, some don't. Mm-hmm. But the fact that those two came together, had a little fun at themselves,
yes,
should make you all go, oh, maybe this isn't that big a deal.
Maybe there's not a big rift between the two that, and they can't laugh at themselves as well. Oh, Mark Webb. Thank you, TV Stratus. How could I forget? Mark Webb directed the two Andrew Garfield Spider-Man.
Oh, his last name is freaking Webb.
His last name's freaking Webb.
He's basically, if he was a lady, it'd be Madam Webb, that guy.
Maybe his wife is Madam Webb. He calls her that.
Except for good and not terrible.
Right, exactly.
Anyway,
how do you feel about the last name Cornsweat?
Well, isn't it Corin? It's like Corin.
It's two syllables.
Cornsweat, like that.
Yeah,
it's a terrible name, is what I would like to say to answer you.
It's so Mon Pa Kent and so not Metropolis.
Yeah. Cornsweat. It's a little weird. Also, Pa Kent in this one is that actor whose eyes are moving all over the place. He's got that condition.
I love that guy.
I do too, but it's such a weird casting, compared to previous Kents.
Yeah.
But it may fit perfect because he's like a older farmer guy. He's been through some shit. His eyes won't hold still. Like, maybe it's perfect. I don't know. I'm excited about that.
Is Costner your favorite Pa Kent?
No. I like him as a pick. I don't like what they did with him.
Yeah.
He's okay though. I don't. Do I have a favorite? You know what? He actually probably is, because I don't like the Duke Boy one. In the show.
Oh, yeah.
Smallville.
No, I'm trying to think who it was in the... I always visualized the dude that we got in the Christopher Reeve...
I can't remember.
Superman
Wasn't
movies.
He just like
I can't remember the actor, but he's just, he's like Seinfeld's dad, kind of, just a big, trustworthy...
Just a farmer guy, knows how to fix a tractor.
Looks like they plucked him out of the cornfields of Iowa and plopped him onto a movie set for Superman, and then plopped him right back into those cornfields.
And they were older, and they seemed to fit the part. Both parents, did.
Yeah.
Martha, why do you know that name? Why'd you say that name? But I kind of like that, and it feels like that's kind of what they're going for here. A little bit more. Less iconic and buff and handsome. They're just normal people. So.
Glenn Ford, by the way, in those the Richard Donner, the original Superman movies. I guess Richard Donner did the first one. That was
Donner did 1 and 2.
He did. Oh, he did do one. Okay,
yeah. But then after that, 3, 4. Those were done by monkeys.
We don't speak about those.
Yeah, those were done by broken monkeys. Those movies.
They were broken monkeys.
Especially that third one, or that fourth one. Holy macaroni. At least 3. 3 at least had some footing. 4 was
Which was the one that had Richard Pryor for comic relief?
3 was Pryor, yeah.
3, yeah.
I mean, it's bad.
Hard for me to...
It's bad. It's bad, but I'll take that one over 4, but only barely.
Oh, well, sure.
4 is a hot turd in the sun. It's so
really
bad.
It is, yes.
So bad, you guys.
Anyway.
Never forget. All right, I had an anniversary happen over the weekend.
Yeah.
The 5th of November. Remember July.
Doesn't rhyme though.
No,
remember
it really doesn't. I need.
Why the 5th of July?
Was the exact 20-year anniversary of my barf streak. The exact day.
Okay. I was wondering what the. All right.
So it's kind of a big deal. So what Wendy and I did, we were going to go visit my mom, and we thought, well, all right, me and Wendy and Misha, we're going to go see my mom, do a little sibling hangout, talk to my mom.
Yeah.
So while we're there, somebody says, and I'm aware that day that I'm like, yeah, this is the anniversary.
Of course you are. Yes.
I've made the full 20 years here, and somebody says, well, we need to get lunch. What do you guys want to do? And I said, Cafe Rio. And they go, why? And I go, because that's the reason I barfed 20 years ago, because we all got food poisoning from Cafe Rio, and I haven't eaten.
Cafe Rio, wow.
And I haven't eaten that salad since. So it's been a 20-year streak of two types. 1, I haven't barfed, and 2, I haven't had a Cafe Rio salad in 20 years because that thing made us all sick. So we decided to get those salads so that I could test fate a little bit and see. And I was 100% fine with this. I was like, man,
Sure.
you know what would be great if I could come on TMS after a weekend of some food poisoning and go
20 years to the day between pukes.
Yep, that would have been amazing. Sadly, couldn't even get a little toot out of this one. It was fine.
Really? So the salad was good though.
It was good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ate the whole
there we
thing.
go. Well, that's
It was fine. Kind of redeemed it in my mind a little bit because it's been a while, 20 years since I've eaten it. I've eaten there before or since, but it was never a salad again. I always felt like the salads were the ones that were suspect. You got to take care of lettuce. If you're not doing a good job with the lettuce,
yeah.
What are you doing?
And lettuce, as we've learned from our local news, lettuce is a flimsy platform to put your trust in.
Yeah.
Because how many stories have there been like, well, another E. coli outbreak? Don't buy bagged salad, or if you've bought heads of lettuce from such and such farms in the last 3 months, throw it away.
Yeah, listeria outbreak in 4 states.
If you still got lettuce you bought 3 months ago, throw it away anyway.
Don't be eating 3-month-old lettuce, guys.
Yeah.
But anyway, it was fine. We celebrated in the way you do. We just sort of said, all right, yeah, no barf. Woo. And then nothing happened. So I did everything I could. I could have purposely eaten something bad, eaten some old eggs in the sun. I don't know.
You could have done more.
I could have done more.
Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Like you could have just eaten regularly and then triggered it with some castor oil or some Epicac or something like that.
I totally could have done that. But here's the funny thing.
Yeah.
We're talking about this. My mom's there. She's laughing. We're all the same, though. Wendy never barfs. My mom never barfs. Misha barfs all the time, the Korean. But all the white kids in the house, none of us puke. So it's just like this weird thing we all have. And Adam's over there nodding his head like, you guys are, it's like genetically, you're all very weird. Because we just don't. Wendy hasn't vomited in years. And everyone else around her is like, well, if you need to, you need to. So I don't know what's wrong with us, She's the psychologist, and she can't even do it. So anyway, it was fun. It was good to see her. We got to swim a lot, hang out a lot, avoided sunburn, all the fun stuff you do. Oh, it rained real hard on the 4th, though, so we ended up having to get out of the pool early. But
oh, wow.
Yeah.
We had we had a massive hailstorm yesterday, and you always hear about like, oh my gosh, we had golf ball sized hail and stuff. I always visualize when you hear about places that have golf ball sized hail that every hailstone that comes down is golf ball sized. Mm-hmm. I'm assuming that just means we've seen it up to golf ball size hail. And I don't think they're just taking an average like, oh, well, we had some pea size all the way up to golf ball. Oh. So yesterday there were a couple pieces that hit in the backyard that were golf ball size. Most of them were like a large grape or regular grape.
Still pretty big.
Still pretty big. But
that'll ding your car if you get enough of them.
Exactly. Like I was worried about our windows because it was coming in at an angle. But it was some pretty big stuff. But,
I haven't had a hailstorm in a while. And they're great because they usually happen at weird times of the year, like July.
They do. Weird, and it's weirdly, brightly sunny, and the hail's coming down. It's so weird.
Yeah, I don't get it. Weather, how does it work?
Right.
Well, anyway. Oh, and our just Vibes going out to all our listeners and friends and people in Texas affected by those flash floods.
Yeah.
My gosh, dude. Some of that video was just like some of the most harrowing stuff I have ever seen. Like it's so fast. We're out here in desert country. We kind of get used to some places getting similar type storms. We usually have some warning, and they just had none. Like there was no warning. It just hit, bam, and you're out, and it's awful. I think they're up to like 88 people have passed away or something.
Yeah.
The current count. It's really bad.
Jeez.
Anyway, hey, Dave called in. He has a LaCroix point he would like to make. So we're back on the LaCroix, Brian. Get ready for more LaCroix in your life. LaCroix. Here you go.
Hey, Sausage and Bacon. This is Dave from Ottawa, Ontario, Canada, originally from the United States, Minnesota to be exact. So I feel I have a unique perspective on this whole LaCroix conversation. Yes, it is LaCroix if you're in the U.S., where I was originally from. So when I came here and I heard it pronounced LaCroix, I was like, what is going on? Because it's a French-speaking country. So again, yes, depending on where you are in the world, that's how you pronounce it, LaCroix or LaCroix. Both are great. Love the show, though.
Both are great.
Both are great.
Yeah. Both
cool.
and
so there
both.
You go. Like just like one border, just on one side of the border, LaCroix, on the other side of the border, LaCroix.
Yeah, 1 foot in, 1 foot out. 1 foot in, one foot out. What's that from? Who did that? What's that from?
1 foot in, 1 foot out.
It's like I'm in your state. I'm out of your state. I'm in your state.
Yeah, it feels like a Griswold thing, but I can't think of where that would be. Right? Like,
that's gonna bug me. Chat, you'll probably know this, and it'll probably be Travis.
Oh, MASH.
Oh, it is a MASH thing.
Yeah,
because it's like, it wasn't like enemy territory or anything. It was like Frank's bedroom or Frank's tent or something.
Exactly. Like you're right. They were tormenting Frank. Or I thought it was Winchester, actually.
Might have been.
I'm in your space. I'm out of your space. I'm in your space. I'm out of your space.
I think you're right.
Yeah. Oz says it was when Hawkeye was put in house arrest. Yes, that's right. Yeah.
Wild.
But then also people are saying The Simpsons did it too, so that's another thing.
Oh, did they?
Speaking of food, I'm going to hold up something, Scott. You tell me what you think this is.
See what you got.
What is
that? Looks like a packet of artificial sweetener or something like that.
Right, or like sugar in the raw or something.
Sure,
yes.
Sure. Raw sugar in the brown packet.
No, this is something that came in my. I bought a new cycling a little phone holder for my bike that holds things in a way that now, while I'm riding, I can easily unclip my phone, take a picture while I'm riding, and put it back, which I did to great effect during the ride last weekend.
Sure.
This is a packet of Silica Gel that looks just like a sugar in the raw packet.
Yeah, those are supposed to be white and the same.
Exactly, right. Always looking like that Tyvek material. This is like paper.
Yeah, that's effed.
It's a freaking a bad decision.
Also, the reason that they usually use the little mesh stuff is so that it actually is permeating, or it's in there to do its job through the material. Right. That's not getting through that.
This paper seems, it doesn't seem as effective. This is.
It does look like stevia in a little packet.
It does, yeah, for sure. Like it really looks like the sugar in the raw. It's the same color as that brown paper sugar in the raw stuff, and it says non-toxic natural clay, but it still says desiccant, do not eat. And then a lot of words about why you shouldn't eat it, and then a lot of Chinese.
Yeah, I wouldn't eat it either. But yeah, you could easily mistake that. That Mr. Magoo or whoever can't see would be like, give me some of that sweetener over there.
Exactly. Batlazine, Batzilane, anyway, says because paper doesn't absorb humidity. Good point. All right, so yeah, this is
it does, but I don't think it's true, as effective. I'm going to go ahead and still argue that you'd do better with a mesh than you would paper. Paper's going to block more. Don't you think?
It's like a powder. So Dr. Calhoun says, so it's clay and not the beads. It's a much finer powder than the usual Silica Gel plastic beads. Yeah. By the way, have you ever taken those out and put them in water?
No, I've taken them out before. I never put them in water. What happens?
Put them in water because sometimes they crackle and pop.
Really?
Yeah.
Ew.
They go.
Do they give you is there vapor you shouldn't breathe in or something? Anything?
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sterilized 5 times over, but probably, because of that and the resin and the IPA that I inhale when I'm printing stuff. Right now, everything's going. I'm printing a refrigerator part for a listener on the FDM printer. I'm printing a stamp for Chuck, like a clay stamp. I've got a stamp for red Fraggle in the UV light.
Oh, very
and then
nice.
I've got on the table drawing is a mostly glued together cake topper for a wedding.
Oh, right. I just
printed wedding.
I just finished the sign
the
poster
book, right?
thing
The
for
sign,
them.
yeah. The sign poster. I thought it was like a guest book or something.
No, in fact, I think I can show this. It's all done and it's shipping today. Let's see if I can find. Yeah, check this out. So we're super excited for Tabitha and Chad. By the way, they're gonna getting hitched. Whoa, that's way too big. So it's like one of these,
cool.
tall thing. It'll be on a table, and people come up and sign a branch, or not the whole branch.
Oh, that's really cool! What a great idea.
Yeah, it's just a dirty old tree with a little bird hanging out, and I got a little, I don't know what this thing is, a little groundhog bear thing down at the bottom, and a little C+T on the tree. It was fun to make. And she seems very happy with it, so I'm excited for those guys. Getting married, getting hitched.
I'll show mine too then, since
what do you got?
There's still parts to glue on here, so and the body is not glued together, but this is the there's some hands that need to go together, but this is the Lego the Lego version of the happy couple.
I love that.
Yeah.
Oh, I get a weird when a minifig is larger than actual minifig,
the traditional size. Yeah,
it gives me a weird feling. That's weird.
It does. Like those ones that are super big that you have at the Lego store.
Yeah, those weird me out.
Yeah,
not in a bad way. It's just like my brain goes, something is wrong with perspective. These can't be possibly that big. Beep boop beep.
I'm really happy with how this face. Like I
that looks great.
Did so many like Lego. There's a spot online where you can do like minifig me, but you can't. It's not like you upload a picture. You basically say, this eye mouth combination is the right one, and then you just get a bunch of those.
Sure.
And so I went through and found one that I thought was good for each of them, and matched it up. And I painted them. This is all hand.
That face is dead on. It looks a little like Claire. No offense to
it kind of does.
Tabitha, but
put some glasses on and it's Claire. Yeah.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
Do you resin or?
Yeah, resin.
Okay.
Yep. And that's why I've got this little plate here, because resin ain't food safe. So you put this stuff directly on the cake. Plus, these are kind of heavy, so they probably sink in. But
oh, okay.
Yeah. So it's
that'll be perfect. That's perfect. I can't wait to see the cake with it on there. I guess you'll take pictures and send them and stuff.
Me too.
Well, congratulations, you two. It's coming fast. Your little
It
wedding.
is, yeah. They're like a month away, which is poor Tabitha. She's emailing. Hey, just want to check and see how things are going. It's like I feel so bad that I know how stressful a wedding can be anyway. So like any stress that I can alleviate on the bride's side, I'll do. But
yeah,
wanted to get this out to you sooner. This is a lot of work, and I've had to reprint a couple pieces because my painting stuff. I had to repaint. I wasn't happy with the way one of them came out. Yeah.
And some of it you want to actually reprint to paint, right? You don't want to paint over the top or whatever.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
That makes sense. Well, it's looking good. So there you have
excited.
it.
So it'll finish gluing today, and then the really stressful part of how do I pack this thing to make sure it arrives in one piece. It's like,
Pretty good job every time you sent me something. It usually works. Yep. The only time anything fell off was
Furiosa's arm, right?
No, she stayed on. It was what's her name from
it was
Dune's
the Dune.
head.
Yes.
Her head came off.
Chiani or whoever.
Chiani's head. Yeah.
Yes.
The thing fell off her arm fell off, but I don't know what that was from. I think I bumped it for Furiosa. Right. But anyway.
Right.
So, guys, one quick final thing. Jason has this to say about something I said, and I have an answer for it. All right.
Okay.
This is quick. TMS 2048, longtime listener, first-time complainer. I've been enjoying listening since the instance. While discussing the upcoming Independence Day, Scott said, quote, "Not much to celebrate this year," unquote. "You slighted my military brothers and sisters who have served to uphold your freedoms. I love this country and its diversity, as I suspect you do as well. Celebrate that. Love the show, though." All right. To me, this seemed obvious when I said it, but maybe it didn't. Maybe it wasn't obvious. I feel like the current state of things, our government, some of the recent moves against marginalized people, that sort of thing, sort of pisses on the graves of those who sacrificed ultimately for our freedoms. And so that's my point, is that we're actually not We shouldn't just blindly go, all right, celebrate like nothing's happening. Yay.
Right.
They're actually shitting all over the stuff we're supposed to be celebrating. So there's the one thing. Also, technically, the 4th of July is not Memorial Day. It is also not National Military Appreciation Month, which happens in May. It's not National Veterans and Military Families Month in November. Mm-hmm. Those are the reasons we have those, to celebrate those who are, as he put it, military brothers and sisters. The 4th of July is about us bailing on the British. That's it. That's the whole point of the 4th of July.
Independence from the British. Exactly.
And so I guess I could, admire the sacrifices of people in white wigs back then. I don't know. But
I mean, we don't say it enough, but we absolutely do appreciate the sacrifices made by our brothers and sisters in the military.
Of course we do.
Some of whom listen to this show, a lot of them who listen to this show, and we absolutely respect and appreciate that. And probably don't say it enough. But the 4th isn't just with everything currently going on with the current administration, it's very hard to feel very rah-rah.
Yeah.
I feel
when your country's not living up to those.
Yeah.
It's just because when the nation is not living up to its standards that we celebrate on the 4th, that's all I'm saying.
Right, exactly. But Jason, I appreciate you writing in that. We appreciate you writing in that.
Of course.
And statement. It does feel like the Natalie Maines, like when she, back when it was the Dixie Chicks, and she said something like, "I'm not terribly proud to be a Texan right now," when it was in response to George W. Bush. Yeah. There was that whole kerfuffle about that.
Sure.
We love our country, and that's kind of what makes it hurt so much when we see it treated like this.
Yeah, that's why I'm pissed. That's why you do things like say, are we living up to our standards here when we're trying to celebrate, and where you can't seem to we can't actually walk the walk. We're just talking the talk. I hate that.
Yeah.
So that's all it is. I appreciate you writing in though, Jason.
For sure.
Hopefully that helped clear things up for you some. Let's get into a game now.
Yes. Get Dunaway on. I'm going to move the cake topper out of my way in case I flail my hands and knock somebody's head off.
Excellent news. All right, let's do that. And while he's doing that, I will play this music here, which is like right here. Brian Dunaway joining us for a little half-asses on a Monday. What are you doing, man?
Ooh, how's it, Brian? How's it going?
Oh, we're just hanging out, doing stuff. What are you doing?
Well, I was just sitting here admiring the sweat running down my back.
Yeah?
But, whatever. It's the middle of summer. What do you expect?
Is it admirable, the sweat? Is it...
It's good to sweat. It means I'm not dehydrated, right? I think.
Yeah. Well, it means you better, drink after and stuff. But sure, it means you got a good, your ecosystem's working good. And is it Cornsweat or just regular sweat?
Right, exactly.
Yeah. Cornsweat, you said?
Cornsweat. That's our new Superman.
Did I miss a previous
it's just the
conversation
or
something?
The new Superman's last name is Cornsweat, which is a weird name.
Oh, Cornsweat. Oh, I got you. Okay.
Yeah. I have a feeling, though, he seems like a real charmer. I think we're all going to be okay with his last name soon. I think we're going to like him.
I'm looking forward to it. It doesn't like it's going to take itself too serious, and I love that. We need a silly, and I don't want to say silly, but a lighthearted Superman. We've had enough of the dark Superman. Let's have a lighthearted fun.
We need something
Superman.
that makes Superman more interesting, because let's face it, I mean, the character himself, he's exciting because of all the things around him. He's exciting because of Lois Lane and Lex Luthor and the
Superman
Krypton
is
criminals and Bizarro, but
Superman's his best when he's getting his ass kicked. That's my favorite Superman.
I mean, if we look at what is our favorite Superman movie of all time, is it not Superman 2, despite the ripping the cellophane S off of his chest?
Yeah, even with the cheese that is definitely in that movie, 2 is kind of the bomb. Yeah. We love that
kind
one.
Kind of the bomb, and that's because Superman does something that he doesn't typically do, which is say, I think don't want to be a superhero. I just want to settle down with Lois and give up my powers and go hang out in a diner in Alaska, maybe.
Sure, wherever the hell that was.
I'm with him.
Beat up by a dude who likes pie.
Yeah.
I get tired of being a superhuman. I get tired of that crap. I just want to, Chill out.
Yeah.
Okay, Claire, it's not an S, Brian.
Oh, my
Fine.
God.
It's a symbol of hope.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's their, and we know it's the weird
Why
alien
would you
symbol.
look at the chat room? You know
I
Claire's
know,
in there
it's-
screaming.
why would I look specifically at that person's chat? Is the
Yeah,
question.
what's the deal there? Well, Dunaway, we're going to play this game. We're going to play it on behalf of some other folks, and Brian will explain the whole thing. Brian, take it away.
I cut my thumb. Yes, welcome to the Morning Half-Ass is a trivia game where I'm actually going to be giving you the answers. I'm going to give Scott and Brian a category and 6 possible answers, 3 of which are correct, and 3, like Superman 4, are incorrect. Depending on how confident you feel the category, you can provide 1, 2, or 3 guesses, but if you get any of those guesses wrong, you get 0 points for that round. Get 1 right, you get a point. Get 2 right gets you 3 points because of math, and get 3 right, and guess what? You get 5 points because that's how the metric system works. The player with the most points after 3 rounds wins the prize for their contestant, and I've pulled a couple of contestants from members of the Tadpool that aren't
Did
able
you
to be
grab
with
them?
us.
They're like screaming and stuff. Oh no!
I did. I yanked him. Scott, you're playing for Richard in Pleasant Grove, Utah.
Ooh, nice. That's up the road and a very cool little town. We like
I
them.
think I'd like Utah more if it was pronounced that. Utah.
Utah.
Brian, you're playing for Jeff G in Moncton, New Brunswick in Canada.
Nice.
Yeah, there you go. Canada. So
You
look,
said a lot of locations. I don't even know. You just said like I don't know. Part of that was a province. Part of it was a. I don't know what was going on in that whole
New
address
Brunswick,
you just gave me.
New Brunswick is actually where they invented bowling.
I was about to say,
yeah.
is that why I get the Brunswick bowling balls? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
there's a burger place in Pleasant Grove called the Purple Turtle. I just want to give a shout out to that place. It's an
We got a
amazing
purple
hamburger.
turtle poking out.
It's really good. Don't tell me about that. I don't want to hear about that.
Sounds like a place that Larry would go on Three's Company. Hey, I'll meet you guys down at the Purple Turtle.
Little bit.
That's a fact.
And I think
what was it called?
I think
Well,
it's
the
been
Regal Beagle was
Regal
the-
Beagle. Yeah.
Cool. That's
Purple
good.
Turtle's been around probably since Three's Company era, so it's not too far off the mark there. But anyway,
See, what do you think? What do you think's wrong with the turtle? He got choked on something? Think maybe?
I don't know what happened. I think he's maybe he. That's a really good point. Yeah,
Think pollution, or you think maybe airway constriction?
got one of those soda plastic things around its neck or something like that.
Yeah. You didn't
All
cut
right.
the rings.
Should we get to the game?
why not?
We've got our
I
players.
thought this was
We've
the
got,
game.
Well, it's all the game. We've got our people you're playing for. We've got our questions, and we've got number 1 here. Remember, you're picking the 3 correct answers. Seemed appropriate. Which of these are historical events that happened in July? The month we just
July the
happened
4th. Yeah.
the ones we
Independence
just
Day.
happened to land in. Number 1, the Battle of Gettysburg, the moon landing, the fall of the Bastille, the atomic bombing of Hiroshima, the eruption of Mount St. Helens. I should put them on screen.
Yeah, these
I was
There we go.
wondering. There we go.
The eruption of Mount St. Helens and the signing of the Magna Carta. Which of these happened in July?
Okay. Well, one of these I know because I was told about it my whole life.
You were there
because I was born in this
because you're
month.
old. Oh,
And I'm pretty sure it happened while I was in the hospital. So
see, I'm trying to think what some of these things would have happened during the middle of the summer. I'm like, would they have done that during the middle of summer? I don't know. Well, that seems right because the weather would have been more mild.
oh, can you imagine Gettysburg or frickin'
That just feels right.
the Mount St.
That's
Helens
definitely
thing?
not- that's not right. Well, it could be. No.
Freaking brutal,
Freaking.
dude.
There we go. Fine.
I don't know. I want to do 2.
You should do 3.
I don't want to do 2.
I did 3.
That's because you're weird. All right, I'm doing 2.
Okay. All right. You did 2. Yeah, the obvious one is the moon landing, right? Happened in July.
Weather was good.
I was in the womb. Scott was in the hospital. That is where our difference in ages really comes shining through. Is that
Yep.
you had already been popped out, and I was in the process of getting ready to come out. So the moon landing, absolutely. Brian, you chose the fall of the Bastille, and Scott, you chose the eruption of Mount St. Helens.
Both
One
were
of those
probably
is
guesses.
right. One of those is wrong.
Shit.
The eruption of Mount St. Helens Happened in May.
Damn it!
May 18th, 1980.
May the eruption be with you.
The atomic bombing of Hiroshima took place August 6th, 1945, and the signing of the Magna Carta took place in June 15th, 1215. But Gettysburg, moon landing, and fall of the Bastille all happened in July.
Dunaway, you got to be honest with me. Yeah. Did you really know the fall of Bastille was in July?
I told you I was a guess.
Well, I'm impressed.
Absolute guess. I'd actually checked on the Battle of Gettysburg, but I unchecked it. I was like, I felt like that was right. I was going like with weather. I'm like, that kind of makes, I don't know.
I think you know what? It's fine. I'm impressed that your guess was so.
It was a good guess.
Yeah, I would never know on that one. That's crazy.
Well, I almost clicked on eruption too, but you know.
And as people have pointed out, Bastille Day is July 14th. So, but that doesn't mean anything, folks. I mean, we have holidays that aren't on the thing that they're really there to celebrate. But
true. True.
All right, let's go to question number 2. We talked about New Brunswick and bowling. Which of these are terms found in bowling? Your choices are backwash, wormer, clover, wombat, flounder, and Niedermeyer.
I should know
3
this.
of these come from bowling.
I had to do a bowling home course to graduate high school because I was missing PE credit.
A bowling home course?
Yeah.
Did you have a lane in your home?
No, but I had to go to regular public lanes. I had to track scores, turn in my score sheets. I had to say what all the splits were. I had to memorize everything about bowling. So this should be easy for me, but guess what? I forgot it all. I don't know.
Well, yeah. I mean, how many years? How long was that? How long
Go ahead.
It was a long time ago.
Okay.
I don't want to get into years here. I don't want to,
Okay.
It was a long time ago.
You guys were looking for things like turkey and
that would be
gutter. And
7-10 split.
Sure.
Bedpost. There was one called bedpost, which was like the opposite side.
Oh, just on the opposite side. That makes sense.
Yeah, I remember some of that, but everything Brian's got in here, I don't remember shit.
Nope.
The devil's horn, is that not in here? Okay.
I'm gonna try backwash. I'm doing 2.
Backwash.
I'm doing 2.
So good.
All right, locked and loaded. All right.
Wait.
You guys were all over the place.
These were guesses again, by the way, Scott.
I can tell. on both of your parts. You actually chose 4 you both chose different ones. Nobody settled on the same thing. Let's start with one of Scott's, backwash.
Okay.
Backwash is
what you
indeed a
drink.
bowling
What?
term.
Really?
Very good.
Yeah.
It is also a bowling term. How about that?
I think isn't the idea that the pins in the back will go forward and knock out stuff from the front or something like that? Or
Nope, it's
no?
a strike that misses the head pin. So it's you're hitting the pins in the back and they come forward and maybe that's what you just said.
That's exactly what I mean.
That is what you said.
Yeah.
I thought you said something about a split.
Don't challenge Scott on his home course.
No.
Bowling.
Please do challenge me on my home course bowling.
Yes,
I remember
it's a strike. It's a strike you get when you don't get it in the pocket of the head pin. You miss the head pin completely.
Right.
No, that's everything you sounded like a total pervert move.
Clover, by the way, which is one of Brian's selections.
Yeah,
4 strikes in a row. Right. Well, it's 4 strikes in a row. Like your turkey is
4
3.
points. 4 points, like a clover.
4.
Yeah.
Right. Points.
Yeah, like leaves. It's lucky. It's lucky there's a 4-leaf clover.
He's like trying to force an answer to be right here. I love it.
It really is, exactly. And even when I try to help him out, he's still points.
Yeah, points.
So the other 3, let's just tell you the 3 that are wrong. Wormer, Flounder, and Niedermeyer are all characters from the film Animal House.
Oh, shit.
Oh, now that makes sense.
I've been playing Flounder.
I've been playing Connections a lot lately, and I should have seen that.
You know what, though? Wormer's a brilliant one, Brian, because it sounds like a ball that kind of is curving to go do a thing it's not meant to do or something.
Exactly.
Damn it.
Yep. A wombat is where you get a spare after your first ball goes in the gutter. So you send down your first ball, it goes in the gutter, you miss everything completely. You basically get a strike on your second one. That's called a wombat. I don't know why it's called a wombat, but it's called a wombat.
Sure.
I'm gonna yell Niedermeyer whenever I do anything bowling related, just to mess with people.
I love that, dude.
Niedermeyer.
Yell Niedermeyer. Actually, you should yell Niedermeyer no matter what you're doing.
Yeah, absolutely. Like after every shot, Niedermeyer.
Niedermeyer.
Wild.
All right, let's go to I like P. Crum says, in bowling, clover is a slang term for a four-bagger, meaning 4 strikes in a row. Well, yes.
Oh, four-bagger. That also sounds...
It's a red-on-air strike ball.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to last one. We've got Brian coming in with 3 points, Scott with 0, but it's all going to change now when we talk about animals.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
And those collective nouns, like a murder of crows. Some of my favorite pieces of trivia are what are groups of animals called. Which of these are accepted collective terms for groups of animals or nouns of groups for animals? A crown of peacocks, a shrewdness of apes, a knot of toads, a storm of jellyfish, a clowder of cats, or a drum of woodpeckers. Three of these are real, believe it or not.
I thought it was Crowder of cats. Okay, maybe that's close enough. Maybe I've always heard it wrong.
Oh, have you heard of? Oh, that actually helps me.
Well, maybe, who knows? Maybe that's there to throw you off, or maybe you've always heard it incorrectly.
Well, this is not easy.
No, it is not.
It's like a group of toads. It's not easy.
A shrewd.
I get it. KNOT, not.
I see what you did.
I see what you did there.
Thank you for saving me when I was out there.
When we were on our ride a couple weeks ago, we passed a lake, and there were a bunch of pelicans in the lake, which always surprises me that we've got pelicans in Colorado. And George and I were trying to figure out what a group of pelicans is called, and he said a drop. I was like a dive of pelicans. Pelicans can be in a brief of pelicans, a pod of pelicans.
Pelican brief.
A brief, isn't that great?
What?
A pod of pelicans, a pouch of pelicans, a scoop, or a squadron of pelicans.
Oh, dude, it sounds like humans just make up shit.
Yeah, it does.
Well, we do.
Well, we actually literally do, but I like a squadron. That's cool.
A squadron of pelicans.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Exactly. I do like brief though. Brief of pelicans.
Brief, that's great.
Well, Scott, you needed to get 2 right to get more points than or no, I'm sorry, to tie, because right you need 2 right to tie.
Yeah.
You both settled on clowder of cats, despite Brian remembering that it's a crowder of cats, right?
Oh, I took it as he just didn't know it was Clowder. Damn it.
Well, he didn't know that it was Clowder. It is Clowder.
Okay.
Clowder is
Good.
correct. So,
Okay.
so Brian has settled on just that one. He locked in on only Clowder of cats, which means he gets a point.
Okay.
Scott, you also chose Clowder of cats, and you chose drum of woodpeckers.
You chose wisely.
I hope
You
so.
chose poorly. Drum of woodpeckers is not. Shrewdness of apes, a knot of toads, and a clowder of cats. These are all future novels by George R.R. Martin.
So, Shrewdness of Apes. I watch a lot of ape documentaries. Whenever they come,
They never
call them that. I've always heard like
usually like a troop or something.
Yeah, troop is what you always hear. A troop of apes.
Yeah. Yep.
Shit. All right.
Shrewdness, clowder, and knot are the correct ones, which means
Knot of
Brian.
toads. That's weird.
A knot of toads. I know. Because I don't know, all their long legs
all
tangle
like,
up or something.
Yeah, I was to say, do they like get in together, like all got their arms and wrapped up in each other? I don't know.
Also, good one on Crown of Peacocks. That just sounds. That's a
It
good
really
thought.
sounds
That was
believable.
I almost went with that.
Yeah.
Bobby corrects it's a troop of monkeys, not apes. So
Troop of what chimpanzees are? They're apes, so I guess they'd be also shrewdness. I assume.
I don't know. I think because even chimpanzees have a different collective. Let me see.
There should be groups of masturbators, the way I've seen them.
Oh, jeez.
We were at the zoo, and there were like 4 of them, and they're just cranking.
A toss of apes.
A group of chimpanzees. Nope, troop.
Troop of-
apparently is still a
Okay, so troop for chimps.
or a whoop
So-
of chimpanzees. A whoop whoop.
That's more like those bonobos or bonobos, rather.
These are great. I love these.
A goon of apes is even schlanker.
Like a
They're
group of
gooners.
apes.
They're gooners because they're in there
That's
beating
right.
their meat.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
I
Oh, it
like
took a turn.
owls. Was always been one of my favorites. A parliament of owls.
Oh, I like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
Court of Owls. I because the comics
Because of
they call
DC.
it that.
Sure.
I always think that that's the real thing. So when this has happened, somebody said, "What's that called when it's like a bunch of owls?" And I'm like, "Well, that's a court of owls." And they're like, "You're a nerd. That's not it."
I mean,
That's a
how
comic
much
book.
for 3/4 of owls then?
I don't know, dude. What would you call it? What would you call it, Mr.
You said a quart of owls.
Chowder of cats, making chowder.
A chowder of cats.
Well, Brian, that means you've won 4-0. Holy shit!
That's right. Which means that Jeff G in Moncton is getting a copy of Ember EMBR and Swine HD Remaster on Steam. Very cool, courtesy of Sunbun. And but don't worry, Richard in Pleasant Grove, you're getting a copy of Golf Gang.
Sweet.
Hey, join the Golf Gang.
That's right. They have some nice courses out there in Pleasant Grove, but I'll bet you this is better than those. So sign up, buddy. I actually lost, but I helped you win. Look at it that way.
Yeah.
Also, Ember's really good, so the other guy did really win. Well, anyway, there you go. You both get one of these.
Congratulations.
I get one of these. And Dunaway gets his ass handed to him because tomorrow we're going to do an episode of Play Retro, and we're going to get our four-wheeling truck driving on, aren't we, Brian?
Yes, we are. We're going to do some Monster Truck Madness, Microsoft's Monster Truck Madness. I broke out the Microsoft Sidewinder pads and reminisced greatly at my DirectX 2 launch of Monster Truck Madness. Listening to Army Armstrong. Any of that stuff mean anything to you?
Nope.
None of it means anything to me. I'm trying to remember what a Microsoft Sidewinder is. A gamepad? Is that what you're?
Yeah. Well, I had the gamepad. They had a whole bunch of stuff. They had like flight sticks and different things, but Sidewinder gamepad was one that was really good.
Yeah.
Really? Okay. I don't remember any of that.
I mean, he says really good. I'm going to argue.
Dude, okay, how about this? It's most appropriate. If you're playing Monster Truck Madness in 2025, good luck. Secondarily, is really one of the better ways to control it. Analog sticks are trash for this thing.
Okay.
And D-pads suck butt. And this one has kind of like a... Like, you remember how the pad was a little bit circular and you kind of roll it? It's like a roll pad almost.
So that's the regular pad. This is the one Brian's describing. It's like a twisty, knobby thing.
Okay.
Twisty, knobby thing. That's what I'm always describing.
Yeah. I never
It looks like it'd be really good, but it's not, huh?
I don't think so. I think Dunaway likes it, but I don't like it. I think
not that thing. What is that thing? No, that's not the thing I'm talking about.
That's the Sidewinder, isn't it? One of them?
That is in the Sidewinder series, but it's not called the gamepad.
Well, no. Okay, so then there's this one. You talking about the stick-looking unit? Well, you're not going to see it for a minute.
It looks like a boomerang. I actually pulled you up on the other.
Definitely not that.
Oh,
did you put it in our?
I pulled you up on the. No, that's the joystick. Oh, I sent you.
Yeah, that's a flight stick,
I sent you on Discord. I sent you the picture from my personal phone.
Why didn't you put it in our TMS thing? Why did you put it?
All right,
in
hold on a
the
second.
thing?
I'll put it there.
Jeez.
I don't think he's in there.
Right. You
here
have to
it
invite
is.
him in there.
I found it. Here we go. All right. For some reason, it's
that's
sideways.
the Sidewinder?
It's one of them.
That's one of them.
They had a whole series.
Of stuff.
Everything I've shown you is Sidewinder.
That's not it either, my God.
Well, what is it then? That's right from your post, you weirdo. That's in your thing.
That's another one. That's my third one I said. And this one.
Are you talking about this big, ugly son of a bitch?
The gray.
This one.
The grays.
That one? You've sent me 4 of these. I already showed.
Yes.
Also, are you able to take a photo
the
sideways?
Yeah, I know. Take photos head on, by the way, first of all. Second of all, that's the first one I showed, you dingus.
But I couldn't see it before. I told you how to pull you up.
Oh, all right. Well, yeah, I showed this one first. So, yeah.
You're the dingus.
So
You're the 4-bag dingus.
So this is the one. And Brian's going to tell you how great it is to drive trucks in dirt with this. This is what he's going to do.
Jeez.
I'm going to tell you how good it was just on an Ambernick. That's what I'll do.
There you go.
But that'll be tomorrow. We're going to do it live. It'll be 4 p.m. What? Did what?
You didn't go to the Utah Monster Truck Rally jam?
No, it was on the weekend of all the family stuff, and I couldn't do it. But it was timed poorly. I didn't even know about it. I would have loved to have gone. That sounds like fun.
Right. Okay.
I'm a little worried about who I'd run into there, though. You know what I mean? I'm just saying.
Like Bigfoot, maybe
Bigfoot. Kiss our butts. Okay, he's gone. All right, you guys, it's time for us to do a little news. We got 5 minutes of news here, and it's going to happen right now. So here you go. Here's your news. Brian, it's the news, and it's brought to us by...
Brought to you by Daily Music Headlines. Find out today why Rob Reiner called Black Sabbath dumb. I don't think he meant it disparagingly, but he said there's people who believe that Black Sabbath inspired the whole Stonehenge section of This Is Spinal Tap.
Oh.
But he actually filmed that in 1982, 2 years before the release of the film. He did it for a movie short or something. And the Stonehenge thing with Black Sabbath happened after that. And so he's like, yeah, no, you guys didn't inspire this. We came up with this. And if anything, we inspired your Stonehenge deal. Oh,
wild. So this is all, I know there's a lot of talk right now about that sequel is almost done, right? They're bringing that to...
Yeah. And this weekend, a few movie theaters showed a remastered version of This Is Spinal Tap. I didn't get a chance to check it out myself, but I really wanted to go to the theaters and watch it.
Yeah, I kind of want to double feature that. You know what I mean? Like watch them back to back.
Yeah.
Because talk about your legacy sequel. Holy shit!
It's such a great film.
Yeah, and it's a great way. It's a great one of these to do because your whole subject matter was this band, this fake band, but this band,
right?
And then, of course, you'd want to do a follow-up 40 years later.
Oh, totally. To see the kind of, because the whole joke of the film is when they're popular, when they think they're popular, their radio stations saying now from the Where Are They Now department, and they actually have to be playing in that city that night.
Yeah.
Such a great mockumentary.
Yeah, I love it.
Also find out about Mark Snow, the guy who composed the X-Files theme, sadly passed away over the weekend at 78. So
that's sad.
Right there.
That's iconic as hell right there.
He was. He kind of pioneered the use of electronic music in television scores. So there you go.
That's a bummer. Well, here is your news of the day. It happens to be music related. Maybe it'll be a story tomorrow on Daily Headlines.
Maybe.
Yes. AI-generated band already boasts over 500,000 monthly Spotify listeners.
Jeez.
I don't like that at all.
No.
Psych rock band The Velvet Sundown, which sounds like a name made up by AI to me.
It absolutely does, yes.
I'm sure it was. Here's an image of these guys. Of course, it's an AI.
Is that AI-generated image?
Oh, 100%. Wow. No question about it. The Velvet Sundown are garnered over 500,000, 500,000 monthly Spotify listeners, and released 2 full-length records in a single month, with a third on its way this July, which is this month.
The guy on the left looks like if Anthony Kiedis were born in 1945 and was a rocker in the 60s or early 70s.
Yeah, you can kind of see the amalgamations here. Like that guitarist in the back looks like a combination of
Kevin Bacon and
different people. That drummer, I don't know. Drummer looks out of place, but whatever.
The guitarist on the acoustic guitar looks like if Ross Geller played for James Taylor's band.
There you go. Perfect. He's seen sun and he's seen rain, or however that goes.
He's seen fire and rain.
Fire and rain, that's
perfect.
it.
Yes.
I mean, I know there's a lot of fire on the sun, but I should have known that.
Oh, Rebel Scum says, I think this got debunked. These guys are real.
What?
I don't think they're this, because I've heard about this band too, Velvet Sundown, being totally AI generated.
Well, it says the members are not traceable online beyond the band's Instagram account, which was started just days ago on June 27th. Some of the photos feature members enjoying burgers and celebrating their second LP release. And recreating the Beatles' Abbey Road cover. Sans one member appearing barefoot. Anyway, while it's possible that the Velvet Sundown's more than 500,000 monthly listeners could be bots, most of their popular songs on Spotify, like the most popular song, Dust on the Wind, is closing in on 50,000 or 500,000 streams. So there's that.
It is bizarre. This was something pointed out by John Oliver, but how many of these AI bands have songs that contain the word dust in the title?
Yeah.
Like there's so many. It's like Ride the Dust and Dust on the Wind and Love My Heart's Full of Dust.
We love dust. Like dust is a good metaphor for shit, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Says Spotify, while it does not allow bots on the platform, it does permit AI-generated music with no disclosures necessary. So who knows?
Mm-hmm.
Also, that's dumb.
Yeah.
I am about as interested in this as I am getting a needle in my butt.
Oh, the album is called Dust and Silence. Let's see if this has a list of the songs. Driftwood Soldiers, Drift Beyond the Flame, Interlude, Ashen Velvet.
Dumb. It's dumb.
Yes.
I think it's very dumb. Well, all right then. Enjoy your fake music, everybody. We're going to take a break and have some real music now. Brian, tell us what we're playing in the middle of the show.
Let's look at or listen to the very real band Moonpool. I'm trying to remember if I've played these guys before. These guys are kind of a little bit of a 90s inspired heavy grunge post-punk shoegazy thing. If you like Dandy Warhols or Super Heaven, you're probably going to like this band that comes from my neck of the woods, Denver. The band is called Moonpool. This is their brand new single. It's called Like You Do.
To cream butter merely means to work it with an instrument until it becomes soft and smooth.
A woman screamed.
And we're back. Brian, who was that again?
Sure, that's a local Denver band, Moonpool, and their brand new single, Like You Do. I think they've got an album coming up called Syzygy, yes, Syzygy. I don't know if there's a date. I don't see forthcoming release, no date listed, but you can go check them out in Cheyenne, Wyoming at the Fridays on the Plaza Festival at the end of this month, or back here in Denver at the Hornet.
Nice. The Hornet. That sounds like fun.
It is a cool place. Actually, really good food at the Hornet.
Yeah.
I lived 3 blocks away from the Hornet in college and never went there to eat because I was a poor college student and never had a chance to go there and eat. But man, if I lived by there now, I'd probably go there 2 or 3 times a week. It's so good.
Sounds all right to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not real Hornets, though. I don't like those.
No, we're not a fan of real Hornets.
No, they suck. They suck.
And now welcome Stephen to the show.
He's a huge freaking nerd. Hey, that's right.
HFN.
Steven, what are you doing? How do you feel about Hornets? You're not a fan, right?
No, I'm not a fan of Hornets. Unless it's the Green Hornet. And then I kind of like the Green Hornet.
You do like the Green Hornet. Okay.
Yeah, or the Brown Hornet. But, that's controversial now because of...
Wait, there's a Brown Hornet?
This all Bill Cosby thing from the Cosby Show.
Oh, really?
I didn't know that was a thing. I didn't know.
It's his soup version of the superhero. The Cosby kids would all stop what they're doing and go watch this cartoon.
Oh, right. I do remember this from Fat Albert. Yes.
Oh, the Brown Hornet, because he's brown. See,
right?
Because of his race. Here, I'm going to put this up here. Here he is. There's the Brown Hornet, everybody.
Yes.
And it was just Bill Cosby doing another character voice.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I didn't know about this. That's great. Oh, there's a whole the whole gang's here. 1 second here. Here you go. Look at this shot.
A super team. Oh, just the Cosby kids or the Fat Albert kids.
Fat Albert kids. Yeah. Look at his little package he's got going there.
Was it Fat Albert and the Cosby Kids?
Yep.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
So that was the name of the group, was the Cosby Kids.
Yeah, I like the one with the hat pulled down where he had to cut eye holes. Yeah.
Mush mouth. Yeah.
Guy's
Yeah.
great. I haven't seen that cartoon in 1,000 years.
That's an impersonation that it is no longer okay for us to do.
Is it? The Hey Baby thing?
not.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I've never known anybody who talks like that, though. Like,
Hey, Fab and Albert. Yeah, I just feel like it's not...
is it racial or is it like speech impediment sensitive?
I think
or
speech impediment.
Okay. Yeah, because I don't think it's like a... I don't know. I don't know. You guys have to tell me what offends people. I have no idea.
That show was pretty progressive for its time period. Mm-hmm. To give Cosby some credit at that time.
Yeah.
So I don't think that he would do intentionally anything that would be racist because he was the producer of the show and he did all those voices. So I think he would come out and say, "Hey, wait a minute, that's not appropriate." But certainly some of the caricatures of the characters are
sure. And then he said,
questionable today.
Yeah, and then he would say, "Pardon me, I'm going to put a roofie in someone's drink. I'll be back."
Yes.
Be back in a while.
Yes.
Well, excellent. This is good to have you here, of course. We're going to talk about a couple of nerdy things going on in the world. The first one here, I'm genuinely excited about because I'm a massive fan of the first one. Ooh, but a new Cyberpunk Edge Runner series trailer happened.
Did you? I don't know if you guys got a chance to watch it. It's pretty just generic as far as what it can be. But Anime Expo took place over the weekend in Los Angeles, and during one of the panels, CD Projekt Red announced that they and Netflix are teaming up for Cyberpunk Edge Runners 2. Mm-hmm. They didn't really reveal anything more beyond what we saw in the trailer. Very flashy, very cool, very 2077 kind of stuff. Yeah. But they did say that they're going to make you sad all over again. So if you got sad in David's story from the first one, then I guess you're going to get that double dose now. And it's going into production, so it's not like they're working on it now. It's into production.
Yeah.
Forgive my not knowing for sure. But is this related to the video game? Like,
Yes.
is this an offshoot?
Set in the same. Yeah, it's all set in the same world.
Set in the same universe. It doesn't deal with. It deals with some common characters that are in the game, some secondary characters, but it doesn't directly deal with your character.
Gotcha. Yeah. Okay.
But it does. So here are the two things that matter. First season was awesome. That matters a lot. A bunch of characters that you followed in the first one. I don't want to get too crazy here, but there's a lot of death in it. So this new one is kind of almost like it's going to be a whole other story. It has to be based on the ending of the last one. But the important thing was, this was actually rumored already that they were working on a second series, but there was talk that Trigger, the anime studio behind the first season, wasn't involved. And it's been confirmed that this is Trigger. It's in the trailer. And Trigger Studios is so freaking good. And I'm not even that big of an anime guy, but anything they do, I'll watch. And this is looking real good. So, yeah, bring it on. Edge Runners, the first season, if you haven't seen it, freaking fantastic.
Pretty violent, so just kind of keep that in
Very
mind. But then
violent.
again, it goes along with the game. I questioned whether at the time, this was 2 years ago that Edge Runner series dropped.
Yeah.
I questioned at the time whether my 12-year-old should be watching. He's like, "It's fine, Dad. I've already played the video game." I'm like, clutch my heart.
Yeah. This will be, let's see, standalone 10 episodes, right? So isn't that's more episodes than the first one got, I think.
I'd have to look.
Yeah, I'd have to go
it
look.
Seems about the same, but
probably going to rewatch that in preparation for it. That's how much I liked it. And I was surprised because normally game-related anime spin-off projects aren't always, they're okay. There's some that are better than others. The Witcher one I kind of enjoyed. They had one for, was it?
One for Castlevania. They had a
Castlevania's
one.
really good. That one's awesome.
Really? Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, the Netflix Castlevania series is so good. So this is, I would put this right up there with that. I'm excited about it.
Okay.
So we'll see what happens. Speaking of that, though, the OG, the master himself, William Gibson, the GOAT, Neuromancer author. Finally, Neuromancer is in production after decades of development hell.
Production.
Oh, wow.
Oh, man, they have been trying to make this movie for, it seems like decades, right?
Yeah.
Even before The Matrix came out. I mean, Johnny Mnemonic was probably the closest thing that we could have gotten at the time to have a William Gibson story getting adapted to the big screen. But now Apple TV has announced that they are officially in production, meaning that they are outside of development hell. They've gone through the pre-production process, and they're getting ready to shoot this thing. We don't know who any of the actors are or anything like that, but I would imagine by this time next year, maybe Christmas of next year, we should probably be watching Neuromancer finally on television. And I will say this, if anybody has never read Neuromancer, somebody in our Discord, we're doing a book club right now, and Neuromancer is our book for July, never read that book before, and they're like, holy crap, this book inspired everything.
All of it.
And it's like, oh yeah.
Yeah, all of it. You don't have the genre. It's an entire genre that I don't think exists without him. I don't think you have Blade Runner without him. You don't have, or at least our take on Blade Runner, because I think Philip K. Dick's short story happened prior, but it wasn't
came
the
out
same.
prior to that, but was not the same thing.
No, it wasn't that
also,
at all.
Neuromancer has the best opening line of any. Well, I think second maybe to Dark Tower, but has the best opening line. The sky over the city was the color of a television tuned to a dead channel.
Yeah.
It is so great.
It's really, really good. Hey,
Dark
I know
Tower
the other one. Dark
second
Tower
best.
goes. The man in black fled across the desert, and the gunslinger followed.
Yeah. It's so great. That's a great opening line.
Make me want to read all this shit again.
Didn't.
But yeah, like the famous. It's a little bit like the Lord of the Rings stuff. Just floundered forever, and they finally figured out a way to do it right. Director, right time, right effects, all that. This is great to hear, because I think if there's one thing Apple TV has done well, it's sci-fi. They've killed it with all their sci-fi stuff.
Yep.
They somehow made Foundation work. How the hell do you do that? That is some dense bullshit.
Murderbot is really good.
Yeah. I love Silo. I love all this stuff.
Yeah.
So if anyone, I feel very comfortable with this being in their hands. And
if anybody has never read Neuromancer and they've played the Shadowrun video games, that is what Neuromancer is. It is a heist involving an AI, and people are jacking into the Matrix.
Yeah. A ton of ideas came out of this.
I need to check it out.
Its
you've never
influence
read it,
is
Brian?
far and wide.
I've never read it. No, I need to.
Oh, Brian, you really should. It's great. It's a fairly short read. I think, I don't know if you listen to audiobooks or read books, but if you listen to speed and a half, you can be done in 2 days.
When that come out?
Okay.
84, I think? 85?
Yeah, like real early in the 80s.
I read it in 86.
I'll do the audiobook. I like that.
I think. And then again in the 90s I read it. I really ought to return to it. Anyway, looking forward to that. That's going to be great. We don't know anything about casting and stuff, though, right?
No, we don't know anything about casting. They just showed the deck that Case jacks into to get into the Matrix, and William Gibson was just like, "I never thought I'd see this day."
Yeah,
and that was it.
I'm with him. I didn't think we would either. Let's get into this. Dynamite. More dark times in the comics world. Dynamite not making payroll and Image laying off people. What's going on there?
So again, this all spins out of the Diamond Comics distributors debacle where they went bankrupt. They declared bankruptcy. They got sold off to 2 different groups. And part of the deal with that sale is you also acquired all of the assets that were in the inventory at the Diamond warehouses, which included everything Dynamite had.
Yeah.
And they have been, they switched over last month to Lunar distributors, but they can't get Diamond to give them back any of their books that they still have. So they've got a lot of stock. They just can't ship it to anybody. And they're also owed a bunch of back monies as well. Word on the street is up to $1 million is owed to Dynamite, which is like the 4th or 5th largest comic book publisher that's out there, and they owe them $1 million. And so they're supposed to go to court next week, the 11th. No, that's this week, to see about getting that money from Diamond or whoever the new company is. And they're like, well, how about if we file a suit to make this happen faster? Because if we don't get this taken care of last week, we're not going to be able to meet payroll.
Mm. And they didn't.
And
that's when you know you're in trouble. You're screwed.
Yeah, the judge was like, hey, no, sorry, you've got this thing next week. You just deal with it then.
Okay.
And so that's bad. I mean, I'm sure we don't know. There might be people at Diamond or at Dynamite who are okay missing a paycheck or getting a paycheck delayed. I know I used to work for a business during the height of the dot bombs back in the early 2000s where the CEO, the CFO, and the senior legal counsel all opted to take no paychecks for 3 months so everyone else could get paid. Yeah. I don't know if that's the case at Dynamite or not, but something they needed like $509,000 last week.
So the layoffs at is this related? Because it sounds like it might.
We don't know.
Okay.
The Image has not released a public statement yet, but they did release 4 people. Again, word on the street was that they released 4 people last week who were mainly in their social media area and some of their marketing areas.
Yeah.
May be related to this, may not be. We haven't heard back from Image on that. But yeah, there's definitely some layoffs and some sad stuff that's going on, especially as we're just getting this month to the San Diego Comic-Con. Yeah. Which happens at the end of the month in San Diego.
Oh yeah, we're getting close to that.
The San Diego Comic-Con.
That's not this. No.
It's at the end of the month.
Okay. Well, for some reason that was earlier. I don't know why. Earlier in July, but anyway, the one that's the long timer that everybody was surprised was the sales manager. I think Chloe Ramos.
Yeah, mm-hmm.
She's been there forever, and that surprised people because I don't know how much McFarlane or those guys have to do with the day-to-day anymore, but I think she may have been like...
McFarlane is basically out. He's not out. He's still at the company.
Right.
But he basically is working with McFarlane Toys more than anything else.
Yeah. And working out because he's buff and weird looking.
Oh, yeah, he is. Yeah, he is.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He's all red looking. He looks like Red Hulk. It's weird.
Weird. Okay.
I don't like it. Freaks me out.
Did you guys happen to watch Rick and Morty this week?
Yeah. Yes, we were just talking about that.
Oh, okay. All right. So the Zack
Gunn and Snyder.
I'll have extra creatine, please.
Do you think that'll calm down the Snyderverse people? No? Okay.
Not at all.
All right. I was hoping it might diffuse it because that's Snyder having fun at himself, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
And for that matter, Gunn having fun with himself. So it's like, calm down, everybody, you know?
Mm-hmm. There are a group of Rick and Morty fans that take things a little bit too far.
That fandom's got some issues, no doubt.
Yeah. So, expect for the next several months, anytime that somebody's in a lunch line, some Rick and Morty stan is going to be screaming, "I'll take some extra creatine, please."
Yeah.
I want some Szechuan sauce on top of that.
Yeah, they think that stuff is like a call to arms sometimes. And I'm like, you guys, it's a cartoon. It's satire. You're not supposed to admire Rick.
Rick is the bad guy.
Yeah.
Rick is the bad guy.
You're not supposed to admire what Rick does. You're supposed to do counter to what Rick does.
Shocked by it. Yes.
Yeah.
Freaking break.
It's the same way I still just shake my head anytime people think that Cartman is like the best character. It's like, you're not supposed to emulate him or Darth Vader or Rick Sanchez. They're the bad guys.
Yeah. I saw the other day a picture. It was like a grid of photos and it said people with the worst fandoms. And it was Zack Snyder, Rick from Rick and Morty. I can't remember a third one. May have been Musk or something. And then the fourth one was a picture of Jesus. And I'm like, oh my god!
Oh jeez.
Some of them is the point, right? We enjoy Brian and I enjoy Rick and Morty on the Rick and Morty basis, and we enjoy our Rick and Morty, but we're not freaks about it. That's the difference. That's the difference.
And we appreciate you for that.
Yes, thank you everybody for not being a freak.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, who knows? Any big expectations for Comic-Con coming up?
I don't know. So all of the studios have pulled out. They're not, the big Warner Brothers, Marvel, the et ceteras are not doing their Hall H movie presentations this year.
Oh.
So that's kind of a big deal, which is kind of good because that gives Kevin Smith more time to get up on stage and do his thing if he's even going to be there. I don't know. But so that's probably the most interesting thing, is a very definite toned down media presence at this year's Comic-Con. And so I don't know, I'm sure, people who are going for the comics and going for the panels about comics, you're going to have a blast. Getting autographs, you're going to have a blast. So much to do in San Diego, it's a blast. But if you're going there for the movie presentation stuff, it's probably going to be disappointed.
Yeah.
A little light.
Yeah. Hall H now stands for Hall Hardly Anything Happening.
There you go.
But I bet the bathrooms will be easier there.
Oh, yeah, you'll have no problem. You get into the toity.
Yeah.
Sure.
Because the Hall H, they can use it for all kinds of other stuff, right?
Yeah. Like I said, they'll have other presentations there. I'm sure they could get some big names. Get Todd McFarlane up there with Rob Liefeld and Will Spartacio and all the rest, and do an Image Comics panel. That'd be awesome. They could probably pack that thing up really.
Problem is, you can't get Jim Lee over there, who you can. I'd want to hear from.
I guarantee you Jim Lee would sit on an Image Comics panel if they were doing a retrospective. If they weren't promoting the stuff that they're currently doing, like the 15th iteration of Spawn, then I guarantee you Jim Lee would sit on that panel for a retrospective.
Yeah, we were somehow this Jim Lee came up this weekend in conversation with my sister, who happens to be Korean, and I was being very annoying about it, and I said, "Oh, that's what it was." Ken had a rotation of Superman imagery from comics on his TV. That's sort of like it's a painting type TV. Okay. You know the kind I'm talking about?
Yep, exactly.
People just run paintings up there. And it was all Superman stuff, and I saw this Jim Lee Superman come up, and I go, "Hey, that's Jim Lee." And she goes, "I don't know who that is." And I looked at her and said, "He's Korean like you." She just looked at me like, "Okay, well."
Are we all supposed to know each other?
Yeah, we all supposed to know everybody else who's Korean. And I'm like, I know, whatever. Let's go to my mom's and eat salads. Anyway, Steven, it's always a pleasure. Hope you're doing well. It's hot, right?
Man, I think I had heat stroke a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, geez.
I didn't stay high. Well, I was trying to stay hydrated, but it was like 95 degrees, and I was trying to build steps off the back of the deck, and I just was like, I can't catch my breath, and my watch went off and said, "Hey, your heart rate has been way high for the last 10 minutes. You probably need to go sit down or something." I was like, I think I need to sit down.
Yeah, got to take your own advice. Stay hydrated.
Yeah, stay hydrated.
Yeah, check out Major Spoilers too, everybody. Majorspoilers.com. Shows, content, posts every day, all that stuff.
This week on Major Spoilers, we're doing the famous Superman versus Muhammad Ali comic book on the Major Spoilers
I remember
podcast.
That.
Yeah.
Good times. How did that work? Didn't he? How would he not just clobber Muhammad Ali? I don't
because the fight took place under a red sun. And as every Superman fan knows, the red sun drains Superman's powers.
Yeah. That's a
nerd. I know, nerd.
That's a convenient little thing for them to do.
Snyder versus James Gunn fans.
That's right.
Go look that one up and have your noodle flip.
Yeah.
Right. Oh gosh. Yeah.
All right, man. Stay out of trouble, and may all your, water be hydrating. Bye now.
Bye.
All right. Well, there you go. That is Steven, and you guys should go to Majorspoilers.com. Couple quick things. I think I'll reverse the order here and do the mashup first. We got a throwback mashup from Jamie.
Oh, cool.
I do not know what this one is because I did not preview it, but I think we've heard it before. This comes from 2021, and it's called Like a Lollipop. Enjoy.
My own secret tat stash.
Yeah, you keep that tat where
That's
your tit
right. Where
is.
can I trade this in for tit? Because I hear you can get tit for tat.
I got lots of tat.
I have a bag full of tat.
Yeah,
where can I cash it in for the other thing?
Yeah, where do I get the tit?
Ooh, this is extremely hard.
Stick it in there and we'll just get a taste of it. Put it in there and I'll watch for it to pop. Yeah, I'm putting it in the other hole or anything like that. I closed my eyes and did it, so take that.
Yes.
I've never had a Woody.
Just a small one.
Oh, well, small ones are better than big ones. I feel like I'm not going to quite go that deep.
Why not? Why would you not want that?
Right.
Why would you not want that?
Okay, I can't do it with anyone watching me. That's all I know, because it looks so stupid.
Do you have
We all look like dingleberries.
Do you have to plank the couch to really get the full effect?
Yeah, you have to lay down horizontally on this platform thing. It looks like a workout.
Pop it into my mouth.
Uh-huh.
About half of them.
I can't do that. My brother Matt, do it all day. He didn't care.
The fact that they're coming and coming and coming and not stopping means you feel pressure of something that you're not able to keep up with.
Yes. Feel them coming slowly. Very slowly.
If you get more than 2 inches and it stays.
Yeah, stuck it in there.
Well
I
done.
put it in with a tapered head. Better penetration. I mean, I just put my finger down in there and it looked like about 2 inches. I can't ride it on the air because I can't situate a camera around, but I'll figure something out. Oh. Yeah, aim for the mouth if you can.
Aim for the mouth.
Yeah,
Shove a piece
always
of
aim for the mouth.
just the right amount of hole.
Yep.
I can barely tell like how thick it is.
Yeah, that's on. I see it all the time. Just poking its head out, going, "Hey, remember me?" It was taking me so long. I was just sitting there going, oh, "Okay, where is it? Normally it's here. What's going on?" Jam it in your hole. Ah, they're in my face.
His bush is spot on.
Oh gosh, why am I looking at that? So then I'll eat that thing like a lollipop, like some kind of 5-year-old.
So it's not just like we go take it all.
No,
Yeah,
I
right,
kind of
it's-
just go
you
at
work
it.
on it for
I
a
work
while.
on it for 5-10 minutes, but I realized I saw Well, I didn't know it was one of his naughty mashups, full of naughtiness.
At the time, you know how when we listen to these, when they would come out the week after the audio that he'd pull, we'd always be like, man, I don't remember any of the context of any of that.
Yeah.
You come out 4 years later, zero chance. I don't even know what we were talking about with Veronica, but my God, it's so good to hear her voice.
Yeah, it was good to hear her. We haven't had her in a long time on the show. Whoops, I just made a new one.
Well done, Jamie.
Yeah, well done, Jamie, as always. And also...
Good thing we don't say anything that could be suggestive when taken out of context recently.
No.
Yeah.
Probably
we're
not
so
even
good at
today.
not doing that anymore.
Probably today there's probably been zero things.
Zero,
Yeah.
yeah.
If I had to guess.
Exactly.
Yeah, you guys find them. Good luck. All right. Hey, a couple things. We got shows today. Monday show at 1 p.m., me and my daughter. And the new medical show episode will be up tonight. I'm going to record that to this afternoon or this evening. It's going to be a good one because we're going to talk about how that big, stupid bill changed a bunch of stuff from what you can expect on vaccine recommendations and other things. And nobody's really talking about what those specific changes are. So we're going to do that today.
There's such a focus on Medicaid that we're not hearing a lot of the other scientific eventualities that are coming from this that are all equally horrendous.
Yeah, there's a bunch of bull crap in that thing.
Yeah.
So we're going to do it, but we're going to do it in a very sort of educated, straight-faced way. We're not going to get too wackadoo about it and too emotional about it. We're going to try to just kind of spew some facts. So that'll be tonight's episode of The Medical Show. If you haven't already subscribed to it, you can go find it at themedical.show and subscribe today. It's on all the places. Apple screwed up their listing, but now it's back to normal. So
good.
You can find that. Spotify has theirs. So wherever you're listening to your podcast, you can go get it. And we will talk about that tonight. Last week's weight loss thing was really good too. So go check that out.
Listen to that all about the hey, let's go chow down a bunch of popcorn. Just non-thinking, just shove it in your mouth. That's exactly what popcorn and chips and salsa at Mexican restaurants. You don't think about, you just shovel it in your mouth one right after the other.
And it's a good tradition that you enjoy with your family, so you never think about it in a negative way. You're just like, all right, movie, popcorn, let's go. And you don't think about all those dead, stupid, ugly calories you just ate. But
exactly.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Go listen to that, everybody. You'll enjoy it. We're 3 episodes in as of tonight, so enjoying the hell out of it. Me and Dr. Tolbert spewing facts. Let's put it this way. He spews facts. I ask dumb questions. And then he gives me great answers. That's the idea.
He does. I know. Exactly. Even when you think you're coming up with like this will definitely be a no. He's like, well, actually.
Yeah. Sometimes I'm right by accident. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Anyway, check it out. That is at themedical.show. Available now. All right.
Very good.
It's going to do it
All
for
right.
us. Got a song to play? What are you going to play?
I do. I almost jumped the gun. Didn't let you introduce it. Now I'll introduce it. Stephen, a.k.a. Windmagus, wrote in and said, no date or special thing. By the way, that's a little reminder to me to say, if you have something that you want to hear this month, July already is looking a little anemic as far as requests. So birthdays, anniversaries, those always get preferential treatment. If there's two things on a day, I'll always go with the birthday or an anniversary. But on the days that I don't have any of those, I need some filler, folks. And I'll pull from the stuff I didn't use in June to fill some stuff up. So don't worry, there's stuff coming. But if you have a birthday or anniversary, please get it in the request thing. frogpants.com/TMS.
Yep.
Okay. Windmagus says, no date or special thing, just wanted to request a cover of Melodica Brothers' Country Roads as it takes the song in a very different and cool place. Scott, will you dump the rice into the testing of the ship's phasers?
Oh my.
Signed, Windmagus.
Gosh, dude. All right, we'll do this one.
Dump the rice into the thing.
And the phasers.
Let's test the ship's phasers.
What was the other one?
That was it. Just dump the rice into the testing of the ship's phasers.
How about this? Just an elephant for no reason. How about that?
Excellent.
Okay.
Gotta love that.
Great.
Haha. All right. Haha. Because there it is. I was just going to test you and see if you had it handy.
Yeah.
All right, this is great. This came from an album called Take Me Home Country Roads. I'm sorry, it was a single released in 2019. I thought this was part of a bigger album. Melodica Brothers do some really, really cool stuff. This is no argument. Very cool electronic-y to a song that you think of with analog guitar and John Denver's voice and all that stuff. This thing is so amazing. Melodica Brothers, Take Me Home Country Roads.
Well, 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 look at you listening to me speaking to you. Find more great shows and goodies at frogpants.com. Yeah.
What's your favorite book? Rocky 3.